What's good? What's good?
Yo.
Welcome back to
Yo,
another Shit Talk Saturday with your unapologetically black crew. What's good with you? What you been up to, Rich?
so this day, weekend is weekend with no kids, so I've been chilling, hanging out with my wife and my
That's
cousin,
what's
doing
up.
some Christmas shopping. I'll finish that up next week. Other excuse me. Other than that, I'm good. Been sipping on some drink and a little sleepy, but I'll be alright.
What's up?
What's up with y'all?
Yeah, today's been like a real chill day.
Mm.
The kids didn't even come out of their PJs. Like we really didn't
They were
do
cool.
shit today,
Mm.
which was good because this week has been such
Hectic
a
week.
crazy. Yeah, it's been a very hectic week. So
Dog.
I
Yesterday
feel
was
you.
crazy at work. The system went out. So like we had literally like six people sitting around just eating wings and like making orders. So like we had to tell everybody, hey, we can't take your money. So we're a cashless store. But the only way we do it is, you come in, you pay with your Apple Pay, you pay with your card, whatever. They couldn't pay it all. So we like, yeah, we'll make your order from the back and bring it out here. We had to
yeah,
deal
you
with
had to
people or
order
nothing,
online.
and it was a mess because then the order shut off at 1, but people still wanted to come in it
How you
because
taking orders if you can't take people payment?
Online. They went
online.
online and ordered as
So
if
they'll
they
order
were
like through
Mm.
Uber
picking up.
Eats, they'll order through like our website, but they couldn't get it, and it was like, I, I'm not paying for this. I'm not about to give you cookies. So like we didn't impasse here, my brother. Either you figure it out or I'm going to the back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very productive night to play Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, found it. I was trying to figure out where my phone went, and it's right here.
I'm glad you found it. So, jumping into this week, I always try to get our like rest in pieces and our like congratulatory messages that we don't have a lot of commentary for out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I will start by saying rest in peace to Christy Alley from Cheers. And like I knew her as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, the one from Weight Watchers in the red dress. Like
I knew her
that's
best
that's
friend.
like
Like, look who's talking. I
very
loved that movie
prominent.
as a kid. So,
I
like, it
just
was very
seen
sad.
her face, and I was like, I recognize you. I have no idea what the fuck you do, but I recognize your face.
I feel that. It was probably the Weight Watchers commercials. That was like literally on TV all of my childhood, I feel.
All the time, dog. Like, I could not see her. And now that Oprah just like slightly transitioned her way in, it was like, when did this happen?
Mm.
So yes, rest in peace to her and
Rest in power.
yeah, but I mean she was 72, 71,
She
72.
she lived a long life.
I mean,
Yeah.
arguably a long life. Um
I
yeah,
wouldn't
so
even argue that 72 years is pretty long. It
it's
is a
pretty
long.
long. Yeah, that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
life expectancy used to be like 30 years old. Like, it was like
I mean, in
25 to
I
30.
comparison.
mean, well, it depends. I guess it depends on where you're looking at, because obviously, like Asian
I mean,
life
you have like
ain't
Betty White
years. It's
who
like 80
passed
something.
earlier this year at almost 100. So when I say like 77 to 100, that's almost 25 fucking years. That's a decent amount of life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
yeah, but how many people get to live to be 100?
not a
Not
lot.
that many.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people start dropping dead around the 60s.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's true.
Dude, man, if you hit 70,
It's
you're
the
like,
straight
oh
face
my
for
God,
me.
like 70 is a rare unicorn, 70. And then when you hit 80, you like, shit.
You done lived a long life over there.
Right.
90 is a unicorn. That's like milestone age. Every year after 90 is milestone.
I
Like
feel
my
that.
great grandmother, I think, was 94.
I feel that.
I was like,
Yeah.
hmm, man, that's a long time to live.
That's impressive. Is what I
But
every
imagine
time
like
I hear
the
something that
different,
old.
imagine the different generations that you see
Yeah.
at that age. Say even if you have a child 20, every generation has a child, say by 20, right? You're 90. That you're literally looking at your great 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 grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at fucking 5 generations after you.
That's
That's a long goddamn time.
I
that's a
think
lot of
that's really
people.
cool.
Watch
Yeah.
how many, but it's also sad. You know how many people you've seen die
Yeah.
before you.
Honestly, I've thought about that recently in
Children,
general.
grandchildren that you have to watch. Like that's why when people are like, "Do
Go
you want
through
to
some
live
shit.
forever?" Hell no. Like I don't want to live forever.
No, because that'd be sad as fuck. Like I'd have to watch my family like live through everything that
Yeah,
they going through, and I'm just like, damn, that's fucked up for you, my guy.
yeah.
I'm gonna live through this though.
Fucking vampire in this bitch. You know, for real.
I was just thinking, I was like, how did we go from like rest in peace to vampires? Like, what is
We Herschel
happening?
Walker this. I want you to know
Right,
that.
we definitely did. But yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of Herschel Walker, I guess
Georgia did the
congratulations.
right
Right, I
thing.
was gonna say like
What happened
congratulations is in order to Georgia. You said what?
to Georgia?
Yeah, Raphael Warnock. I don't know if I'm
Warnock
Warnock. See, I was about to say I don't know if I'm mispronouncing this man's name, but he's the pastor who won in Georgia for the
against yeah, he was
in the
running against
runoff.
Herschel Walker.
Mm.
So yeah, if you did, or if you did listen to our voting
Special with
special
Michelle.
with
Shout out
Michelle,
to Michelle.
yeah, and Brad, that's where we talked about the runoff elections and all of that. So
And if you're wondering if Richard listens to the episodes, he's not on. He
he
doesn't.
does not. Clearly,
No. So I have zero idea
clearly.
what the fuck y'all are talking about.
Another congratulations is in order to Kiki Palmer, who announced her pregnancy this week. Is this another one you're upset about?
I'm not
Are you
upset
also
about Kiki
upset?
Palmer. Kiki Palmer's like almost 40. Like, no.
Kiki Palmer's like 26.
First off, no the fuck.
No, sorry,
Kiki
29.
Palmer,
Sorry.
yeah, she's like
She's
29.
Kiki Palmer's like fucking 40. So
She's
No,
like
she's like
29.
closer to my age. You old.
nigga, you almost 40. The fuck?
I'm younger than you.
Say that shit like
Younger than
She
you.
was born in 93, so she is 29.
I was born in 91. When was your old ass born again?
90.
Yeah, that's old. It's a long time. They say 1990
But
to
nah,
you.
Kiki is definitely congrats. She keeps her life very private. So
She keeping a job.
it obviously just leaves me to speculate, like,
Kiki keeping a job, Palmer.
because of just a few interviews ago, it was I'm single, mingle, dangle, dangle, and now you pregnant. Like, which is it, bitch? Like, was
I
you
mean,
single
still
and
be
just?
single and pregnant.
These are big facts.
Let's not act like it can't happen.
I'm not saying that it can't happen, but then you just fall right back into the stereotypical loophole of being a black woman that's single and pregnant.
Hey man, listen, I'm not here to speculate. I don't know nothing about it. All I can say is
That's all we can do is
to the young
speculate. That's
woman.
exactly what we're here to do, is speculate, since we don't know.
Nope. Because it ain't none
Yeah.
of my business. Like,
Well, speaking of things not of
Nothing
our
is none of our
business,
business.
however, I'm very curious. I would also like to add, if we're talking about baby announcements, Diddy announced the birth of his new daughter today.
but you ain't speculating on that one.
Because we don't care about Diddy.
I
but you care
do,
about
because I'm
Keke
really
Palmer?
like, I
Yeah,
thought
more
him
than
and
Diddy.
Miami went together like real hard, and
Real
so like
bad. They
real
did it
bad.
real
It was real
bad.
bad.
Yeah, it's
And
real
I'm real
bad.
confused because it's not her baby. So what's
Now
happening?
who's baby?
She real mad.
A young Miami's baby.
But
Baby.
she knew when she said we go together, and Diddy looked at her with the "we do" look. That shit wasn't real. Anytime that nigga look at you with the "we do" look, no.
But since then,
Young
they
Miami
have
was
been
dating
going
Diddy
together.
in her head. In his head, this nigga was single.
Facts, though. Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Diddy.
So you can accept that from. So why do we accept this like childish behavior from these older figures in the community? Because like Diddy is an established
It
figure.
wasn't accepted, but you understand who people are. It's not accepted, but you understand who Diddy is. That's Diddy.
And we still allow it. Like we still just participate
You
in
can't
like,
stop this nigga from having kids with people.
no, but you can tell Diddy's been getting away with a lot of shit for
And
a long
then
time.
certain people are held to higher standards. They
So
are.
when do we hold black
Out
celebrities
of we don't hold Diddy to any fucking standard, because the nigga is
We
a
don't hold anybody to any standard.
No.
That's the issue with the
because
Oh,
like
we hold
you
Obama to
knew
standard. If
about R.
Obama
Kelly for
popped
a
out,
long time.
We thought it was
if
a
Obama
joke.
popped out with a
It's a
child
joke.
that we didn't know about, niggas would be hurt because we hold Obama to a higher standard.
but it's literally just Obama. I can't. I honestly can't
It's
even think of
Obama
anybody else.
and every
Nope.
black man under that.
If Will Smith had came out with a random child outside of Jada, we niggas would have been upset. They if you think they set the world on fire because he slapped Chris, they'd have set the Will Smith family on fire if they found
No,
out
you're
that
right.
Will had a
You're right.
child
But that's
outside of
because of
Jada.
the image they portray.
Will is held to a high standard. Denzel Washington is held to a higher standard. Niggas that we actually look at and people try to be like are people who get held to a higher standard outside of rappers. We don't hold rappers to a higher standard because we know most of them niggas are lying anyway.
I don't even know if it's like held to a higher standard though, because it's not like there would be a real repercussion.
But we have more
we would just
we
be
have more
disappointed.
expectations out of
Like
them.
if
No,
any of
'cause-
them stepped out on their wives, you'd be like, damn, like it would be a disappointment. But
You know
then we
what,
wouldn't
50 Cent-
That's what
really.
so it'd be more okay. We have more expectations for
We
them.
wouldn't cancel them for doing some crazy shit.
No, we're not canceling these niggas, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic. We're not canceling Diddy for having a kid. We're not canceling
No,
Diddy
we're
for
not.
having a kid. No, we're not canceling them. But you would be disappointed if I found out that Denzel was doing some shady shit.
But we were not disappointed in Diddy because we expect
nothing from Diddy.
nothing.
You can't
from
be disappointed from something that you expect nothing from.
I understand where you're going from.
Jamal, if your moms did something, would you be disappointed?
Nah,
Because you expect nothing.
absolutely.
Not your moms. You gotta take it personal so you understand what I'm talking about.
Understand what I'm saying? We don't take shit that Diddy do personal because we don't expect shit from Diddy. It's the same with Nick Cannon. If Nick Cannon had another kid, we wouldn't be surprised.
When?
As a matter of fact, if Nick Cannon went a year without a kid, we'd be surprised. We'd be like, damn, this nigga waited a whole year without having a kid. What's wrong with Nick?
Is he good down there?
Is he good? See?
Yikes. And then 2 more congratulations, not baby related, but Angela Yee and Trevor Noah celebrated their last days on The Breakfast Club
So you
and The
went on
Daily
to
Show,
another job.
respectively.
Well, so Angela Yee.
Yeah.
Just Yee. Why
I
E?
know. I'm doing what Webby did, and Charlotte McGay and Angela McGee. I'm gonna be honest with you. No one cared about Angela Yee in the first place. They didn't listen to the Breakfast Club to listen to Angela Yee, outside of her like news reports. So like,
yeah, the rumor report.
it would hit harder if like Charlemagne would left the Breakfast Club. Then
Absolutely.
then people would be
And
like,
I agree with that.
"Whoa, what the fuck? Why is Charlemagne leaving the Breakfast Club?" It's Angela
Yeah.
Yee. You can replace Angela Yee with fucking anybody. Like K. Michelle can replace Angela Yee. We were like, okay,
You
cool.
go see, dog. Like, cause here's the
You-
thing.
They can do the Breakfast Club without Angela Yee, and they
Chemistry
would be
is a
just
big
fine.
deal.
Right. You absolutely can. But well, you can move on without her. But chemistry is a big thing to build. And it's like if the chemistry isn't right, it's not going to be something you
I
want.
understand that between DJ Envy and Charlemagne. Angela Yee was like, okay, I don't want to sound mean when I say this. I know we lie, but
I know we lie.
like Dre with us. He was there.
All right, so let's move on.
He was kind of like off to the side. That's Angela Yee. Angela Yee,
but I'm the one
was off to the side. This was not to be mean because Dre gave valid points. But
wow. Yo, I'm gonna head to the light because it's got real shady over here.
No.
Oh, I need the light, my brother. Let me put the flashlight.
Look, I want to point this out. This is not shady at all. I love my boy Dre. I really do.
Do you know?
Yes. I'm just comparing how Angela Yee is off to the side. Like how Dre's off to the side. That's Angela Yee.
This is how we discuss this. This is how we bring this up.
And then that's just how it is. And then so like you don't need real chemistry because they are the rumor report people. They just read the news.
So Deion Sanders announced that he was leaving Jackson State this week to go to Colorado. And it's been like a big deal in social media and in media in general. A lot of people feeling like he's turned his back on the HBCU or whatever and what have you. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Because
Like,
he
get your
said,
fucking money.
if one
What?
of these top 5 schools come calling, I'ma go. If
I'm
the
going to
money is
go.
there,
Only thing I can see people being slightly upset about, and the only person that should be upset was the kid that he recruited. That's it. Because
absolutely.
he was recruited to play for Coach Prime. That's
Mhm.
why he went. That's what he wanted to do. He played for the year. They went undefeated. They got their title, and then Coach Prime left. That's the only person that should maybe feel some type of way.
If
Everyone else in that goddamn university should be on their hands and knees fucking thanking that man for turning that
Absolutely.
entire shit organization around to something
Absolutely.
that people will actually fucking watch. And
didn't we
for
report that
you,
they didn't have clean water not too long ago, and he
Yeah.
was the one
it's
asking them for
Jackson
clean water?
State. It's Jackson, Mississippi. Ain't shit clean about Jackson, Mississippi. Ain't shit clean about Mississippi.
But
Right.
he renovated that training
Yeah.
facility with his
He
own money.
With
He
his own
staked his
money.
reputation and called in favors
yeah.
from his friends.
He turned that whole organization around.
Suits,
He got suits for
people,
kids that
food,
didn't have suits. So
dog.
that they could look professional
Yeah.
when they went places. He did a bunch for that organization. And
So
those
they
motherfuckers,
basically they paid him, or it was 1.2 million over 4 years, and he volunteered half of that to go back into the school. So he was making like $500,000.
he was making
Working
However,
close
at
to
he was supposed to get paid from the ticket sales and the games. So like the game would sell out, people would come, but then they tell him, "Oh, well, we don't know how much the count was or how much this was."
they
And
were
this
skewing the numbers to not have to pay him, which is the other
because
side that
Prime
they're
brought
just now
niggas to
starting
come
to
play.
talk about.
They wanted to watch Jackson State because Coach Prime was there, and that's what they
Absolutely.
wanted to
but they
fucking
didn't want to
They
pay.
didn't want to pay him.
do. Mm-mm.
And
They
like
didn't.
that's the sad part. Like, as an HBCU graduate, because I am an advocate for HBCUs, but you do see in a lot of these institutions a lot of crooked motherfuckers. Like, there's just a lot of
Mm-hmm.
embezzling of money and just not the correct appropriation of
Right.
funds. And that's unfortunate because
And what's crazy?
these schools are very important and they're very important to our community. But
What's crazy is he's only
shit like that
responsible
happens.
for the football program and athletic departments, but your entire university had more light on it. So shit that wasn't
Right.
even football related got more attention.
Mm-hmm.
You're first off, you're in Mississippi. No one wants to go to Mississippi in the first fucking place. Mississippi is still in 1974. They haven't upgraded shit. They just got color TVs in Mississippi like a year
I'm
ago.
fucking dead. They still got the fat backs.
Like Mississippi still got flat TVs. They bear 40% of Mississippi has internet. The other fucking 60 live off of fucking landlines and fucking farm shit.
That's funny.
There's 2 metro cities in fucking Mississippi, Jackson and Biloxi. Everybody else is a rural goddamn area.
Yeah, I've never been to Mississippi. I'm completely like, but I'm not. I don't necessarily. I'm not running.
Thing. My family is from Mississippi. I go there every year. We went there every year for fucking some vacation, and we couldn't wait to fucking leave.
And
True.
he hated it. Yeah, me in
True.
South Carolina.
Well, anyways, he's
Fucking
going
hate
to
it.
Colorado to make $29 million over the course of 5 years. It's easy math. I don't know why people are mad. Like,
I'll leave my job if I go from making $12 an hour to making $15 an hour. So I don't know why niggas is upset because
Facts.
he left to make
Facts.
$20 million. Like,
shit, in certain cases, I'll leave, for a $1.25. Like, what you mean?
a lot of places, I'll take a pay cut if the job is easier.
Facts.
If I go from making 20 to making
Exactly.
17, but the job is a lot easier,
Yeah.
nigga, bye. I'm going.
I make enough. I make a comfortable living. But if somebody offered me more, I'm
there.
definitely
Always
taking it.
going.
And I love this job.
Always.
I get to eat warm.
I got an
cookies.
email from the
People are
IRS.
Nice.
The IRS today about the job application for human resources that I submitted like 6 months ago. And they sent me an email today saying that, hey, they opened up some more positions and they're going to be accepting applications. Nigga, the moment the IRS calls me, I'm gone.
Right.
I don't fuck what's
I'm
happening.
out.
I'm gone.
I'm
They can
still
be like, "But Rich, you're the only person that opens up the gym, so find somebody
find
else."
somebody else
It
to
is the
say.
I
You
motherfucking
know, wait.
RS.
You know the nigga that comes in every single morning at 4:15, ask him to come at
Get that
3:45
nigga the
and give him
key.
a key.
Get that nigga the
That
key. Tell him he come
dedication.
in at 3:45 and he just unlock the doors and turn on the
Exactly.
light.
Give him a key.
30 minutes earlier.
But speaking of being gone, I don't know if y'all heard about the R. Kelly album that dropped and vanished in 60 seconds. It was
I
really
mean, that
60
shit.
minutes
As soon as
within the
that shit hit
hour.
the internet, that shit was gone.
So Brad let me know that it existed.
Hmm.
Shout out to Brad at What's Happening. I tried to check it out. I looked up, the joint was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify took it all. Apple took it all. YouTube definitely ain't got it. Like that joint is
You
gone.
ain't gonna find it. Maybe Reddit somewhere, but even then,
Maybe.
it's probably scrubbed from the internet everywhere.
Yeah. So basically, Sony and R. Kelly came out to say that it was not real. And R. Kelly said that he feels that it's someone trying to sabotage his attempts at like
Appeals.
an appeal, right?
I
So,
heard he won one of his cases, or one of his cases got thrown out.
wow, really?
I'm not sure. I just heard one of them got thrown out.
I feel
Obviously,
like
obviously that won't release him because he was already convicted of other
so much
crimes.
other things.
So
Yeah.
they would just mean that he just wouldn't have to serve as much time. But
But
I'll get R. Kelly will be home in like 10 years. Watch.
Doubt
10,
it.
15 years, R. Kelly will be home.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. I found that was interesting. I wish I would have actually just listened when I
Back,
knew about it.
back to people leaving their jobs though. I think Trevor leaving uh his show
The
is
Daily
going
Show.
to be definitely different.
Yeah,
Just because of
I probably won't watch it.
how good he was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it for Trevor. I didn't watch
Yeah,
it before Trevor. I didn't watch, and I don't think
Jon
I'll watch it
Stewart
after.
was not my
you
jam.
know, and
And
I
I don't
think
think
I
this
think
will be
Trevor
it.
definitely made it way better. The
Like the
comedians that he
energy.
brought on, to do skits and stuff like that, guys are hilarious. Uh, and
I'm
so
Team Dulce though.
and then he was very
As a-
knowledgeable. I don't know if they do their own research or if he's just a smart guy, but
He
I
seemed
felt
very
like
patient.
Yeah,
before him, like they just made jokes. They didn't really give actual like insight into
information.
what's
Yeah,
going on.
Yeah, like I don't know if he reads it off a teleprompter or some of the stuff. Like I feel like
I feel like
he
he
goes
did his
in,
own
I
he
mean,
research.
but even if he does, if I think it's a part of his prep. So before he even, he still sits down, make sure he preps himself, and hey,
Right.
make sure we got everything running the way it's supposed to be running. Because even when they weren't in the studio, and he was at home doing it during, the
doing
height of
something.
COVID,
Yeah.
he still had some good shit going.
Nah, he was on it, and we watched all the way through.
Yeah.
Like Trevor in a hoodie was me in a hoodie, just
Yeah,
watching.
you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm so glad this man isn't wearing a suit to sit at home. The man is in a hoodie, comfortable,
Yeah,
Right.
very relaxed. Like you look like me, so
not
let
really
me show
shaving.
you.
Trevor in a hoodie is what niggas really need to be. Is Trevor in
That's
a
what you
hoodie?
should strive
It was
for.
real. It was
Hmm.
raw. It wasn't
People
like,
should
oh,
strive to be.
I'm
Yeah,
dressed up, I'm made up. It was a very much like this is the world we live in. I can give you the news. I can tell you what's happening, and we just all gonna miss Trevor.
Yeah. It's sad. Like he has no plans on doing anything right away.
Like he's still doing comedy and whatnot, and like
Yeah.
he's a very funny dude. Like we like
yeah,
his stuff.
but I don't. I think he's as far as stand up comedy. I don't think Trevor should do that. I
But
think
he's
he
been
should
doing
do.
it.
I think he should be doing more skits rather than
Like
stand up,
sketch comedy.
like sketch comedy, not necessarily stand up comedy, right?
I could see either, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
And so, but
Um,
yeah, niggas should definitely be him.
but
But
speaking of like news and media people, Wendy Williams' son,
Kevin Hunter Jr.
yes, was evicted from his luxury apartment. He was $70,000 in back
Back
rent.
rent.
How do these people get $70,000
I
in
don't
back?
fucking know.
So
Because you kick normal people like us out the moment we miss a month.
Mm-hmm.
We
no,
don't have it on the first. By the 14th, you're sending a goddamn
You're
30
sending
day
a
eviction notice.
I mean,
right.
I'm sure whatever it was worked out between like her lawyers because like she probably paid the rent. I'm sure if it's up to 70,000 in back rent out, but like I'm sure the lawyers had a lot to do with that and him staying in it because otherwise, at the first sign of your mama can't pay, they probably would have tried to kick him out.
But,
Like I would have started eviction processes right there.
it sucks, but I feel like a lot of this is just karma for Wendy Williams. All the trifling shit that she said
But her
almost
son
showed.
doesn't deserve it though.
But I mean, hey, look, sometimes karma affects those around you and not
Yeah.
That's
necessarily
true.
you yourself. Some of the decisions that you make affect
Affect
your
other people.
kids, affect
Absolutely.
other people. And when you fuck up, sometimes karma don't come at you, it come at them and they make you watch.
Mm-hmm.
And so it sucks because you don't want that to happen. But I mean, when I look at it from a real world perspective, you got evicted from a luxury apartment at paying 70,000. Nigga, go down a lot and get you a normal fucking apartment that doesn't cost you 40,000
Go
a fucking
down a lot. Go down to your means, my
go
nigga.
down to your means.
Whatever,
And if your means
whatever's
is
in your account.
if your means is 2,000 a month, first off, that's more than a lot of people pay for fucking rent.
Facts.
Yeah.
That like in my area, 2,000, 2,100 are a luxury apartment. Now it's not they luxury. You don't have fucking butlers, but you got valet trash. Somebody to come pick up your trash.
Valet trash.
You got that. Now what sucks is I have valet trash. I have no choice but to pay for valet trash, but I live right next to the dumpster. It's easier for me to literally walk downstairs
Exactly.
and
Then
just
just send
throw
it.
it in the dumpster and go back upstairs.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. But yeah, so I mean, I say, hey, look, brother, just whatever's in your bank account, man. And that's what kids got to learn. You can't live off your parents forever. You can't live off their success because their success is not your success.
Right.
Yeah.
What they do with their life will only take you so far. Unless you got damn Warren Buffett and got generational money already. And even then, you still have to do something
Mm-hmm.
to build your own life, your own wealth, because the moment what if they want to just kick you out of it? Then what? Now
Exactly.
you stuck.
Yeah, because
So
Snuggles could get the fuck out at a certain age. I think it's 10.
You
He's gonna
stupid.
start his own Pokemon journey.
hey, whatever they got to do to understand how life operates better for them, or how life operates for them.
Mhm.
And then you be like, okay, cool. This is how life operates. I'm gonna help you. I'll always be there to help you. You need somewhere to lay your head. You always got somewhere to lay your head for a little bit. And
Just
then
a little.
after the little bit, get your ass up and go find your own.
So
Facts.
I've never really thought of it like that. I've always thought that if you had a plan and you were working on something, then I'd let you stay. But like,
Yeah.
if you just laying on my couch and you telling me, "Oh, Dad, it's just gonna be 3 weeks," nah, you gotta go, bro, because you gotta
Wait,
go.
no. A plan and working on something. So, like me personally, like my kids can stay with me through college.
Yeah.
Right?
Right,
Just your plan and working through something, or even if you're not in college, but you want to go to a trade school, or you want to just get experience in working, that's fine. But after a good amount of time, like, hey, there should be no more planning. We should be executing at
I
some
mean to
point.
say, like, it's been like 3 weeks. You haven't gone on one job. Like, no job has interviewed you yet. You haven't gone to no job fair.
It's been like
You
that.
haven't,
Sometimes it's like that.
gone
3
to-
weeks go by and ain't nothing happened. But to me, if
But I
3
need to
weeks
see you
goes
doing
by
something.
and no job has called you, 3 weeks should have went by where you've spent no money because you ain't got a job.
Absolutely. But you're in my house, so that means I have to provide all the food. So now you're eating all the
But
food.
I'm cool with that as long as you're able to resave your money. You're able to resave your money and put it and stack it away. And you're like, okay, cool. Hey, Dad, I got 4,000, 5,000 saved away. Hey, son, that's more than enough to go find you a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm gonna need you to go do that. Even if it's right across the street from me, just go do that over there. Because the issue that's going to come across for me is one, there's going to be too much testosterone in this house, way too much, and then two, you're going to get upset because my house has certain rules. I that even I abide by. When I say end by 10, that's not just for my children. I'm in the house by 10 o'clock.
Right.
But then as a young adult coming in at 18, 19, who the
You
fuck
you
is
don't want to
coming
be
in
in no fucking 10
Like,
o'clock.
like shit just starting to happen at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
So you want to go be out. I'm going to be okay with that. Go be out at your house. Go and come in at 2 a.m. at your house, not at mine. Because anybody coming through my door at 2 a.m., I'm going to assume is a nigga trying to break in.
Yeah.
Because my wife is laying right here. My daughter's in her bed. Like all my kids is where they supposed to be at.
If you ain't got a night job, then you ain't coming in that late. I feel it.
And then so I'm telling my kids, even sneaking out, hey, look, you can sneak out.
But stay out.
But risk getting shot, sneaking back in. I'm going to assume that you are already in your bed. Because you was never supposed to leave. So you better wear bright ass signs saying, Daddy, it's me.
So speaking of shooting, did you hear about Tory Lanez and his extra charges?
No. What happened with the extra charges?
So he's actually getting charges on illegally and unlawfully discharging a firearm.
Is this in the Megan case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So charges are being added to it. So they're not really
They haven't said
giving many details
because the trial hasn't like officially started. They're still trying to figure out the charges and get dates set and whatnot.
Right. Because I mean, if you charge him though with illegally discharging a firearm, so then we're saying that he did shoot Megan in the foot.
We're saying that he shot.
We're saying, that he shot.
But we still don't know what was in her foot. That's what's confusing me. All this modern day science. We don't know what the fuck was in her foot. We don't know if it was glass, a bullet, or nothing.
Hello.
She's saying it was glass and a like mix between glass and bullet. Like she felt something hot hit her feet. The doctors know, they just haven't revealed it. And I'm sure that's because it's a part of the investigation. Because even if she wasn't going to launch it, your celebrity that came into the hospital with like whatever,
and the police were called.
The police were called. There was a helicopter above you. Like that's a big deal. Somebody's getting investigated because some money's got to be paid back. Like now the city want their money,
at least a little bit,
and they know they can get it off you because looking at your net worth, I'm like, you got it. I'm gonna run this bill up. Like my department about to get a new helicopter off of you.
I mean, yeah, but I to me, certain stuff should be pretty simple. You know, open, shut case. Like we don't have to drag this shit on. You know.
So speaking of open, shut case and not having to drag shit on, did you hear about Brittany Griner getting free?
Who didn't hear about Brittany?
Nigga, I'm the one that told y'all.
BG.
I was asleep, so you might have been the one that told me.
Yeah, we seen it. And again, I'm glad she's home. If I was BG, I would want the United States to trade anybody for me. I don't give a fuck who you trade. Trade them so I can come home. Yeah. Now, that's if I'm BG. I'm not BG, so I'm gonna say I don't think that trade was fair.
Especially in a time of war.
In a time of war,
I don't think it was fair trade.
You know? Be over there.
And for people that don't understand, that's like we got a magic carp and we gave away a fucking shiny Pokemon. You know,
we gave away the legendary from the box cover. You know, the nice one that you like picked it up for and said, "I want that one. I want the big gold shiny thing on the front." And then you got a
we didn't get nothing valuable back in the trade. She wasn't a major celebrity, right? So she doesn't even have a lot of influence. I can see if it was like LeBron or, you know, I'm like, okay, that's a fair trade. LeBron has
right?
Has a large influence. A
lot of influence.
There's no yes, no, and large influence.
Everybody knows her name, right?
But everyone knows her name.
Everyone knows her name now.
Yeah, right. I would say
releasing her after midterms and then saying, okay, Well, I can go to the black community and say I released Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
I can go to the
Yeah, but that's
celebrity
because we
community
know who
and
Brittany
say
Griner is now.
absolutely, but celebrities care. Black people care. The LGBTQ community cares.
Yeah, it
Like
did it
these are
it's
different
giving
communities that care.
it's giving it's election time and people are starting to run and we need to do something.
We are doing more for the people.
I'm just
now.
saying, it wasn't a fair trade. I felt like we
It absolutely
probably
wasn't a fair trade. But when they
absolutely
say
could have
it
got
wasn't fair and they don't say that to the black community, they go, but we got our girl Brittany though, right?
I mean,
Put her on Air
what I
Force
know is that she better
State.
go and win MVP and a championship for her team.
She's about to
Washington
retire.
Mystics.
I'm just joking.
We did not trade for a nigga to retire.
I'm just joking. Look, now she gotta live up to
So listen,
You
I'm
have
glad
to
she-
live up to the standards,
I'm
my
glad
boy.
she back, but I'm one of the
I
few
would take
states
the time
that do
off to
have
chill. I've been in
a
jail.
like
Nigga, you have had the time to chill. You
Traumatic.
had 9 months to chill.
That's traumatic. That's not chill.
Yeah,
That was chill. You ain't
unless
boop.
she come into the
Did his
Mystics,
shit.
I will not be rooting for her to win the MVP, the championship, or nothing else
Why not?
because she doesn't play for my team. I watched the
She
WNBA.
should play for everybody's team at this point. She is a national symbol.
You don't even know what team
A
won the
national
WNBA.
symbol.
I said you don't even know what team won the championship.
No, fuck no. WNBA, no one watches that shit.
I watch.
Was it the Sparks?
No, it was the Las Vegas Aces.
What team plays in Houston?
Let's see. Houston WNBA team. The Houston Comets.
Comets.
The Comets.
When was the last time they won some shit? No one knows.
I don't know.
2000. They have 4 conference titles, 97, 98, 99, 2000. They were on a roll for a minute.
They were kicking ass.
Hey, you know, that's what's up. Yeah, at least we know at a certain time them niggas was
They were
unbeaten.
forfeiting. That should have been a big deal.
Forfeit, right?
Y'all did what every good NBA team wants to do. You ran it back 4 times. Steph Curry ain't never did that.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan ain't never did that.
Not
Kobe,
4.
LeBron, like you could name all.
I mean, LeBron ran that bitch
Well,
back.
as we're naming, can
He
we
didn't
talk about
win.
how Nike actually dropped Kyrie this week?
Oh man, how they gonna?
I want to say that
Yeah,
probably came out to be more of a mutual thing, right? Where like Adidas was like, nah, we dropping Kanye. Like we don't give a fuck what Kanye say.
Yeah, Kanye had to go.
I want to say Nike with the suspension, they were rolling it over, and then I think Kyrie was like, nah, I don't like you niggas, no way. Like that's
yeah, I think he might have came back to them and said, listen, I don't like how all this was handled because
let's make a mutual agreement.
All I did was share my thoughts and opinions and told you I can't be anti-Semitic because I know who I am. Like,
because he still wore Nikes. What he did was he covered up the logo and put with tape, and then he put logo here. And then on the bottom of his shoe, he wrote, I'm free.
True.
In his Kyrie's.
So, I mean, he probably thought they were hella
insert logo here, my nigga. Who about to pick me up?
Nobody. I think Kyrie should make his own brand.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, he has the money to market and make them.
And
I think people say that not understanding how much that shit cost.
Absolutely,
to market,
he has to
make and brand your own shoe. Shaq made millions of dollars, and his shoe was in Walmart.
Shaq chose to put his shoe in Walmart.
It wasn't going to sell. It wasn't going to outbeat. It wasn't going to outbeat Adidas or Nike in the store.
I mean, they were ugly, but
it wasn't.
That's the reason they
even
weren't.
Still, you're not going to. Why insert into that level of competition when I know I'm not going to beat them? Put myself in a different
market. Have success.
But put myself in a different market where I know I'm going to have success, like Walmart, and then go from there.
I mean, but other shoe companies exist. That's like saying, why would I put myself into the burger market? Because burger places exist across the street.
Other shoe markets exist, but when you say shoes, people will give you 3 name brands that they're buying: Nikes, Adidas, Reebok. That's it. No one's buying anything outside unless you're buying a designer shoe, which is
You
a
got
whole nother
one.
market and brand scheme. When
People
you're
less
talking regular
interested.
casual shoes, niggas is buying
Converse.
Nikes, Adidas, or
I will say Converse can be in there, honorable
I buy
mention,
some
because people do,
Vans.
I
but
mean, yeah, maybe Converse can be in there a
yeah.
little bit.
Like there's some because let's not sleep. Like Converse wasn't the
Converse
brand.
was the biggest thing in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then Nike said, "Hold my beer, I'm about to beat all y'all."
Nike built their brand off of Michael Jordan,
Don't
and people
matter.
forget that.
Nike said, "I'm about to beat your ass. Watch." And Nike took the fuck off.
That's only because Converse lowballed MJ. If they wouldn't have lowballed MJ and they would have appealed
Converse
more
would
to
have been,
Magic, it would have been a different story.
but it's
Maybe.
not.
We don't know.
I can
It's
see
not.
Ricky's face, but
What
it's
we
not.
know is that Nike is the biggest shoe brand name out there.
Yeah, nah,
And then you go to Adidas and fucking um Reebok right behind them. Under Armour could be, in there, but I don't really think niggas is trying to put Under Armour on their feet. But
Oh, yeah. So,
so
did you hear about Amy Robach and TJ Holmes from Good Morning America?
no idea who the fuck they are.
So that's because you be at work at that time. All right. So,
Facts, facts.
so as a man who also does not wake up and watch the morning news, they are from Good Morning America. Good Morning America 3, to be exact. So they are essentially, and I'm going to try to phrase this as best as I can so you can understand why it's such a big, I don't understand why it's a big deal either. But they were essentially correspondents. Both of them worked the same job. They were co-hosts on Good Morning America. They were both married separately.
Mhm.
They both decided to break things off and then equally date each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, but it's not as clean cut as they broke things off and dated each other. There was infidelity of, like, they cheated on their significant others
With each
with
other.
each other,
so
and
now
then
they're
broke it off, and now they came to work openly in a relationship on TV. Um, and then the next day
they took them off.
they took them off
But they had
TV.
the highest rating. Like they pulled like 20 million people to
That
watch.
particular day, because of
And they
how
didn't even
messy that
mention
shit
it.
is.
They said nothing about their whole relationship. Went on, told the news, and then the news went
I
off.
mean,
Next day, the head of Good Morning America came in and said, "Nah, bro, y'all gotta."
So they definitely came out and said that no actual rules were broken, but they're taking them off of TV just for the
a,
scandal of it.
a lot of people like to get ahead of stuff.
Right.
So to prevent maybe what could be a scandal, what could be bad ratings, if you're Good Morning America, the American dream and
Right.
facade that people want to fucking paint out there, they pull them ahead of time so that way, that American dream isn't tarnished.
Right.
Where you have the lovely white wife who's cooking dinner in the fucking office or at home at fucking, raising your kids while the husband goes to work and shit.
Yeah.
That American dream and shit.
And
But I
in
mean,
this, like, you see the same narrative we saw with Nia Long.
and Ime.
Yeah, Ime.
Oh, by the way, she broke up with him.
Oh yeah, officially she broke up with him this week. I'm like, didn't that happen when the shit
That should
came
have
out? I
already
thought it was simultaneous, but okay.
Ime was getting draws. Nia Long was Nia Long. It's okay.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
act
Oh, it's
like,
still
anyway,
gonna be Neil Long.
y'all act like Nia Long was Rihanna or something. Like Nia Long is old. She ain't. I mean, she look good, but she ain't no spring chicken. She ain't no
I mean,
fucking
I hear you. But anyway,
out of
so
the realm to be
along those
cheated on.
same lines, like, TJ Holmes is catching the brunt of it as if they weren't equally
So-
doing the same.
He's a
Nah.
man.
They're saying that now he's been having like
Well, now they're
affairs
saying he's been
all
having
over,
multiple
like,
affairs,
there were
but
3 different women, and it's like how all this come out now when he leave his wife, and y'all were just real quiet about it until now.
Mm-hmm. He's the man. I feel like the man's always gonna catch the brunt of the heat. They always give the woman the pass when it comes to infidelity and
I don't
stuff like
understand
that,
why, dog.
because they'll say, "Oh, she was just unhappy," or "She was this," or "She was that." Where the man was like, "Oh, he's just a dog. Like,
Yeah,
why did he treat her like that?" Society has different rules for different people, and It is what it is. It's just the way shit happens.
Speaking of different rules for different people, did you hear about Derek Jackson?
Nope. But he should have
Derek
divorced his
Jackson
wife.
decided that Derek Jackson doesn't want to be married no more.
Yeah, I'd
Now
have
Derek
divorced. I'd have
Jackson,
divorced her too. If she made me go on TV or sit on the camera and hold propose, and while she talked and shit like that, I'd have divorced her ass too.
no,
No, I would have divorced her because she decided to wear what the fuck she wore to go on the internet.
Hell
Yep.
no. He should have she should have
Mm-mm.
divorced his ass.
She should have divorced him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't
She
know if
should
he
have
did the divorce
well
but
before
they
she
did.
did all that other shit. But the moment she decided to hold that nigga hand and pray on the middle of the fucking goddamn internet, and with
No, she
what
did
she
not want
wore,
to pray. She wanted to swing. She, like I know swing in her face when I see swing in her face. I've
no,
seen swing.
her
Yeah,
face
no, like,
said, "I'm gonna try to capitalize on this."
but he definitely
And she did.
in his statement he stressed the fact or like made it be known that he filed for divorce, and that he's very upset about it. And I'm like, I just I hope that's not true. I hope she filed for divorce just because she deserves to have filed for divorce.
No, he filed for divorce because of that cringy shit that she pulled, and I'd have divorced her ass
You
too.
sound like you on his side.
I'm not on her side, so I don't know how you want to take that one, but I'm not on her side. That shit was cringy as fuck. I'd have divorced her ass too. I'd have never let her do it because now we both look goofy as fuck. We might as well divorce each
Goofy
other.
having to step on camera, like in general, to explain it. I ain't explaining shit.
I mean, you have the option to just not explain shit and just say, "Hey, look, internet they gon' think what they want to think. It is what it is, but we're not about to sit here and motherfucking look stupid together."
Yeah.
She did herself a huge disservice with that goddamn rebuttal. And speaking of huge disservice, what the fuck is Nick Carter doing? Like, what the fuck is happening?
So, recently he has been accused of raping a young lady. Well, it was 21 years ago is when
Nah,
it
I don't
happened.
want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
Is
I
when it
hate that
happened.
shit with a passion, bro. There should be a statute of limitation. And look, for all the women out there, my views are not the same as Unapologetically Black, whatever. But come on, bro. 21 years?
Yeah,
21 years?
21 years. So
That's how
he
they
would
got
have
Cosby,
been,
dog.
yeah.
They came back on some. He did this in the late 70s. He did this in the late 80s. It has been 30, 40 years, and you saying he did something. This nigga don't even remember if he did it. He trying to give you details the hell no he got.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides, right? Because that's a significant amount of time. But then I also know from a victim point of view, the blaming that goes into it, the
Blood,
pushing it
what the
away,
fuck
the not telling
changed
anybody.
21 years later that now all of a sudden you are comfortable with talking about it? Like,
Yeah, and I mean,
what's
according to like Nick Carter's people, this young lady, this isn't the first time she's come out with accusations against him. So they're accusations, right? Like I don't know if there's truth based in it, but she is autistic and essentially claimed that that she was 17 at the time. Nick Carter would have been 21. It's like all I can do is shrug because I know a lot of like
I
palm colored
I
21-year
say
olds that have money.
I say 5 years. Fine, that's a long time. After 5 years, bro, nah.
I
Because
mean,
one, well, I like. Do you know how many niggas we could just keep throwing in jail with no real evidence of anything other than 5 years ago he did this? Like I
No, but
don't
they
even remember
put
what I
people in
did
jail all the
5 days
time
ago.
saying that they did it and they haven't done it. And it's like you're coming up saying 5 years ago he touched me. I wasn't even in the state. So like how is that fair to me? Because they're automatically going to
What
believe
if I was in the state? What if I just don't remember that night because the shit was 5 years ago?
facts.
So now I look and sound guilty because I have no idea what the fuck. Man, sir, look, my name is Nick Carter. Do you know how many women I've seen in between fucking 21 years ago and now?
You're asking me at the height of my career if I've seen this
It looked
woman.
like every other woman that was standing in that crowd.
Like I don't know that
You
woman
know
from
this
any
bitch.
other woman I might have seen. Like you're asking me about you
Yeah,
from the
so I mean, but I think
1990s.
that's why in certain cases that is harder to prove. That's why a lot of those things don't get through the court or they get settled out of court or whatever the case may be, because it's hard to prove it, and you cannot prove anything in court off of he said she said. So you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I see both sides. It's hard for me to say like 5 years, because if it's an elongated situation,
No,
it
no,
might
no.
take you some time to be able to feel like you can
I
say
don't
something to
see. I
somebody.
don't see. And you can create a scenario. Please do. Where after 5 years, you now have the courage and the conviction to say something that you couldn't have had, say, 2 years prior to that. So now you're at 3 years. That's after it's happened, or a year. Like,
I can't. I'm not going to sit up here and speak on everybody's situation. I
Yeah, I
can't.
can't
I
I
can't.
can't I can't say what everyone's situation is different. I just know that like if you ask me, I don't know what I did 5 days ago. Like I could tell you I was probably in the house, but then Brittany might be like, no, babe, we were at such and such. And they'd be like, oh shit, we did do that. But my days blend together.
Yeah,
So
he
if you
has
ask
no
me
sense of time.
five years ago,
especially if I do the same thing every fucking day. If I
right,
go to work 5 days out of the week, most of the time my days blend together.
dog,
And
I
so
worked
I'm
in
like, I don't
Christmas
know when the fuck I did
for
that. They're
like
like, nah, you did that on Tuesday. Oh
right
shit, I thought it was Thursday. I don't know.
No, I mean, I get it.
facts.
I get
So,
it. But
mhm.
yeah, okay. So yeah, that week. I mean, this week's been pretty eventful. A little bit of everything rolled mixed up in there.
Yeah.
I do want to. Well, actually, I'm gonna let you go ahead and shout
So
out.
I wanted to take a moment just to shout out some of our fans. I did find out that we have a listener from my job. So shout out to Parker who listens on Sundays. Shout out to some of our top fans. There's Michelle who was on the voting episode. There was Charles who is always down to share. Anthony Poland Jr., nice guy. Met him in the Pokemon community. We're rich. Just if you would like to get on, be a podcast guest speaker, if you got something you want to say, reach out to us. We always here. We always down to listen. We always want more and different perspectives from people. So, like, if you have an interesting story, if you have something to say, like, reach out. But if not, then we always love listeners. We always
Yeah.
love people that share. We always love people that just tell us, like, hey man, y'all doing a great job.
Also, to piggyback off of that, we are still looking for another co-host. So if you are interested, we are doing interviews all month. We hope to be able to start next year, next season, with a fresh voice.
Build that
Um,
chemistry.
yeah, so hit us up. Let us know if you guys are interested in being a co-host with us. We will be recording these interviews, and they will be exclusive content to our new Patreon, which we will also be. I
Patreon.
know, we getting fancy. Uh, which will also be going live with season 2, so we'll have great exclusive content. I know Rich and Jamal have some stuff up their sleeves,
We got a little
Mhm.
something worked
some
out.
fun stuff happening. We'll be doing interviews through Patreon as well. So hit us up. As always, though, this episode and every episode are brought to you by RDI Financial. You can't help broke people being broke.
Gang.
But it's almost Christmas, and if you need that help, hit them up at
What's up?
RDI.financial
Dash
dash.
financial. And then make sure you guys reach out to us and follow us on all forms of social media. If you listen back on the podcast, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and following us on Spotify. And
Shout out to Josh who listened to us on Spotify.
yeah, my best friend.
Mhm.
Google Podcasts. I don't even know. Apple Podcast. Everywhere
Wherever you
else you
get
can
your
listen to us.
podcast, we did.
Yeah, we in there. Yeah. Rich, did you want to throw anything in there before I
Nah,
wrap
man,
it?
y'all stay good. Y'all stay healthy, bro.
All
Stay
right.
unapologetically black.
Good night.
Gang.